fact, and this is fact. This is I'm so tired of saying it's like but I feel like I need to. All right, the facts of the matter. Our current mayor president has $100 million more in her budget this year than we did in our last budget of $707 million. Last year she had $52 million. What she's spending it on, we don't know. Well, actually, we do know. On part-time employees, $93,000 salaries.
Her patio.
Oh God, yeah, her patio. Her city hall renovations that the city council killed. Good job. Good job.
Her music survey, her music census.
Yeah.
And now her musician database.
Oh,
That's what the government should be focusing on.
Not paved roads. No.
Yeah,
Not drainage or anything.
We don't have
like that.
enough private entities that deal with that. We don't have enough, economic development, cultural entities that deal with crap like that the government's got to spend your taxpayer money on it rather than fixing your roads and improving your drainage. So yeah, y'all keep whining about the past administration and ignore the current one. Go for it.
But that's what the media wants.
I'm sorry. I get a little
that's
excited.
okay. And that's what the current mayor president wants a distraction, but that's what Democrats do. And that's honest. That's what rhinos do. And I mean, look at the smoke screens in Baton Rouge trying to hide the lack of production on insurance. I mean, it's what they do. It's what politicians do. Most, not all, not all. But anyway, so we have all this wasteful spending. We have the government growing. We have all the things that Democrats do. And of course, you want to cover this wasteful spending. I want to know where my $100 million, where our $100 million is. I want to know where our $52 million is. Can anybody? Anybody? The media won't tell you. They're either asleep at the wheel, or I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and don't think they're asleep at the wheel. They're just in cahoots with it. That's obvious. But a lot of this stuff, I mean, it's easy to hide all that, I guess, if you don't know. I mean,
if you're not looking for it.
Yeah, if you're not looking for it. It's public. Actually, you can't hide it. That's the thing. You can't hide it. But what did the current mayor president do? She took off open checkbook in January. So now we can't see where all the checks are going. See, the previous administration brought what's called open checkbook. That means you could see any check that your government wrote. Sounds pretty transparent, sounds pretty common sense, right? It's your money. There you go. Well, this mayor president decides, let's just call the line. This is history. This is public. So January 1st this year, magically, open checkbook goes away. Not reported at all. Then all of a sudden, the LLA, the Louisiana Legislative Auditor, the political prostitute that entity is, comes out and starts resurfacing the same old audit on the spoil banks from 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And does he have any new findings? No new findings. Yet it's conveniently leaked to Leslie Turk. When asked, there's only one of two people that could leak that official report to Leslie Turk with the current, and it's either the Louisiana Legislative Auditor or Monique Blanco-Boulay. And Leslie said it wasn't the LLA. So you tell me. All right. Now we fast forward. Now we start getting a little political stuff. We talked about this on the air. We gave all the facts. We've denied every false allegation again. All right.
Because you're still in office and you should have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. You tell me a private citizen, almost 2 years after they're out of office, a former mayor president being having to discuss things like that. I don't mind. I mean, by all means, go for it.
Please tell us about what you're doing.
Yeah,
please.
But it's just like Biden, and it's just like other politicians. They do nothing except grow government and pay their partners. You tell me, guys, where's the $152 million? Where? Is it roads? No. Is it finishing Homewood in the southern part of the parish? No. Is it finishing Brown Park for those poor little kids over there that deserve that? No. Is it going to pave roads? No. Is it going to drainage? No. How many of you are still flooding? How many of you are still flooding in Lafayette off of flash flood events, which means like just water pops up? That's a conveyance issue, not a detention issue. That's the easiest fix in the world. Why aren't we spending the $152 million on that? Why don't we fix those easy? Man, if you'd have given me $152 million.
I got a question for folks out there who are listening. How many of you have gone to one of her public input sessions for any of these ridiculous projects, City Hall and Bertrand Drive? And tell me, is Brown Park even? Because I saw comments online that they had this meeting about Brown Park and people voiced their concerns. It was all a show.
Yeah.
Because they had already predetermined, and somebody online, I wish I'd captured it, said it perfectly. Monique Blanco Boulay is the project she's putting forward is all about what she wants, what she would like, what she sees.
Not what the people need.
Not what the people want. Not what people elected her to do, and not what people want.
Man, you know who designed brown folks, guys? It was an architect, of course, but with the input of everybody that used it. It's not hard. But look, besides all that, so you're going to see in the paper that the Louisiana legislative auditor has filed his formal memo, his formal audit. They call it a whole bunch of other things, investigation. It's an audit. It's an audit, and it's a political memo. So you'll see it over there. What the media doesn't report, even Leslie Turk had to say this, no new findings. Like literally nothing new. Then why is it in the news?
Because it's being referred to the no, it's not. There's a distro list that all these things go to. The district attorney and the attorney general on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
What I'm saying, but this is what happens when you have no platform. And look, I'm saying this. Hey, Monique won that election. She's my mayor president. She is in my prayers, and I am genuinely pulling for her. Genuinely, I want her to do what we were doing and get the government back in order, fiscally sound, and focus on infrastructure and getting our economy rolling. But whatever, she won the election. That's great. But we can't deny two things. She never had a platform. Go back and look. All fluff. I want to help drainage. Okay, we were already doing it. You're hurting it right now. You're hurting it. And the other thing is lies, misconceptions, corruption. Oh, but under oath you say I'm not corrupt, but you don't take down your ads. So what does that tell the people? It's misleading. So there's no doubt that those ads had impact. There's probably some folks listening on right now that didn't vote for me just because of those. He's corrupt. He's illegal, all the stuff. Clearly, none of it's true. I have a natural just distaste for people who have to achieve things by lying or achieve things by putting other people down. Take me out of it, man. Look, I do a lot of family law, and I always coach my clients against that. No one wins in that. No one wins in that. No one wins in that. You know, the difference when you're a leader and not going through some tough litigation, as a leader, you're supposed to make better choices than that. The campaign is over. Someone needs to remind Monique that it's over. Someone needs to remind Leslie Turk that it's over. Go govern our city and parish and stop playing politics from 3 years ago. Stick around, guys. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, and I can't wait. to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the Bill and Bear Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette. I love this place. I love our folks. And you know what? I love Bill and Bear. Bill and Bear broadcasting live over here from the Bill and Bear Studios, your hometown attorneys. You got questions on the law, give those guys a call. They can help you out. All right, let's do a little quick trip around the news. It's Monday. You got to hear what's going on, like some real news. So let's see here. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, he's over in Washington today for a critical meeting. You may have seen that with President Trump and also other European leaders. At the top of the agenda, how to guarantee Ukraine's security against Russia without putting the country directly into NATO. Whew. The U.S. and its allies are weighing NATO-style security commitments where select nations would pledge to defend Ukraine if attacked. Reports suggest even Russia may tolerate this plan. That's interesting, so long as Ukraine doesn't officially join NATO. Zelensky has drawn a clear red line, saying Ukraine will not give up territory in exchange for peace. The talks follow, as we recalled last Friday, just a few days ago, Trump's recent summit with Vladimir Putin in Alaska, where the focus shifted from a short-term ceasefire to an actual broader long-term peace deal. European leaders, meanwhile, they're pressuring to ensure any agreement strengthens, not weakens, the West's defense posture. I don't think Trump's trying to say not to do that. And these high-stakes negotiations could shape the future of the war and Ukraine's place in Europe.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on in the show. Some ties to China. China.
Hey, look, I'm going to applaud the president again. Just really good. And I like how I was wondering when the next meeting was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And in typical Trump, this is actually long. This is late for Trump. This is like, okay, we had the weekend. That's fine. You can have off Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Gonna get some golf in, going to Bedminster. It'll be fine.
But after that, I'll meet with Zelensky. I'll meet with him. It'll be great.
I love, the Sunday news talk show circuit is always a good one. Always interesting. Maybe not good, but always interesting. But Marco Rubio was on CBS this weekend. And while that lady kept pushing, like, oh, Zelensky's coming with all these European leaders, blah, blah. And Rubio's like, I wish y'all would just stop. Like, the president invited these leaders to come. Like, part of the deal and part of them not going into NATO is to assure that they still have security. And these European countries are going to be key to that. So, of course, he's going to bring them in.
So, our friends down in Baton Rouge could learn a lot about leadership when tackling hard problems. What Trump is doing is bringing everyone into the room. Maybe not all together at once, but he's speaking respectfully and giving respectful time, not no political events or anything like that. I'm talking like he's meeting with the people that will matter.
You saying he shouldn't have taken him on a turkey hunt? Or you saying I should have invited Tim Temple on that turkey hunt?
Random Cajun man, I don't know.
I'm just saying. We make them deals in them turkey hunts.
Well, not all the people are there. So
you're right.
So, but I applaud, but all the people are here in this one. So I'm just saying, our folks down the street, I'm pulling for you, man. And I see a lot of...
hey, my friend.
Oh, he's back. Yes, Senator Graham.
I'm rooting for y'all, too.
Senator Graham, what's happening? How you doing?
This is not happening. No, Josh. No, not today.
Where?
You need to go, sir.
He just pops in.
I don't understand why he's so mean to me.
But Senator, I don't either. I love when you come in. Senator Graham, guys from the great state of South Carolina. What's going on, Senator? What's all this with Zelensky and all?
Well, I got me a fresh pink suit on. I don't want to.
I noticed.
I'm not gonna let y'all put me on the cameras because I don't want to debut it just yet. Right, little Nikki, help me pick it out. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's Nikki Haley from South Carolina.
Haley,
yep.
My little boo boo. Daddy Trump hadn't seen it yet. That's why I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, we're not. I said it had some sparkle, so I might have given away a little bit, just a little. It wouldn't be your first time.
And look, I know you have a problem with some of my shirts that like to explore my skin and my body.
Okay.
I managed to cover those up just for you this time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because we had a dignitary in the studio one time, and
I'm a Southern gentleman.
Yeah, well, you brought up mesh top tank tops. I mean, I'm just saying, mesh tank tops.
Josh, I just want to let y'all know I think y'all doing a good job, and I think Daddy doing a great job with little ZZ, little Zkinski.
Well, thank you, Senator. Well, I certainly appreciate you.
All right, well, I'm going to go now. Little Ronnie needs some help adjusting his draws, if you know what I mean.
Okay. That's Governor Ron DeSantis, Senator.
All right, bye, y'all.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Senator. I appreciate that. Jamie, he just pops in, and it has that.
That's why I left.
I know, but there's that what's that
smell?
Yeah, like, is it perfume?
Like a
Cologne?
40-year-old toddler is what it smells like.
Wow.
Stole that from Family Guy. Smells like a 40-year-old toddler,
but well dressed. All right, so let's move on here. We're gonna go around the news some more. Texas Dems, yeah, in Texas. Democratic state representatives, they're returning to the Capitol today, ending a 2-week walkout that had stalled a Republican effort to redraw congressional districts. The GOP-backed plan would add up to 5 new Republican-leaning seats ahead of the 2026 midterm elections next year. Now, with the Democrats' return, the legislature regains the quorum. They knew what they were doing. Quorum required to advance the map, and Republicans are expected to move swiftly. Take it.
The phone?
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you call from?
Uh-oh, they hung up.
Uh-oh.
Dang.
I wanted to take that one. So Democrats argue their absence brought nationwide attention and helped galvanize legal opposition. Well, as they want them votes. As special session resumes over there in Texas, all eyes are on whether the redistricting fight in Texas will influence control of the U.S. House and how courts and voters will respond. We definitely have some more on that after this segment. We'll talk about that. But also California is playing some games, Texas. Now, Texas had some cover. Texas had some cover with the DOJ and their assessment on the racially induced gerrymandered districts. So Texas had a little cover from that. They had a reason. They had a justification for bringing these maps. It smells political, guys. I'll be honest with you. It smells political, and I'm not shocked that California is going to come back stronger.
You're not still smelling the senator?
No. Oh. Yeah. No. I got that whole what Dr. Kevin usually says, all that itis stuff.
Well, he sure gives you signs. Lots of itises.
All right. Okay, you got to love this. In a winning twist here, I got to get this in. Lafayette Fire Department, I love this man. We should have had him on the show. Mm-hmm. Lafayette Fire Department Captain and Navy veteran Kobe Bailey. Captain Kobe, man. Yeah. He's claimed victory in season 4 of the PBS cooking competition, The Great American Recipe. Go check out Captain Kobe. Go ahead, my man. I still use that season. I have to get me some more. In the finale, Bailey wowed judges with cornbread stuffed chicken served over grits, andouille cream sauce, coleslaw, potatoes, and capped it off with a firehouse cobbler dessert. Yes. He said on there, he goes, I represented the Cajuns. I'm glad I won it for Louisiana. He also creates his own Captain Kobe Cajun seasoning. I got to throw a plug out for my boy, man. It is good. Look, proud moment for Cajun cooking, proud moment for our Lafayette Fire Department, proud moment for Captain Kobe, man. I know a lot of you guys know who I'm talking about. When you see him, tell him congratulations. This is great. Now let's talk about some districting when we get back.
Yeah, and the phone line's going to be open.
Woo! broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Your hometown attorneys, Beal and Abear. Give those guys a shout. Man, I was going all libertarian on you in the break.
You were.
I was like, and how can the government tell that person to do that?
I mean, they just do what they got to do, man.
My favorite part of the whole show, the phone lines. Locally, 232-1542. Outside the Acadiana area, try this number right there, 844-766-6607. Let's go straight to the phone line, shall we?
Matt.
Matt, what's up, Matt from Lafayette or Matt from Broussard?
Matt from
Lafayette.
Lafayette. What's up, Matt? What you got, buddy?
Just another coon ass out here, man. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't probably say that.
You're good. You're
Some
good.
people get upset.
It's in the Bible.
People don't understand, how far back redistricting goes. They don't get it.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Even like when it comes to Ukraine, they don't understand anything with Ukraine either. They don't know about CIS. They don't know about 1999 and the Baltic Fleet. They don't get it. The EU doesn't support them, but they say the EU supports them. They're not part of the EU.
There's
Even UK left the EU in 2020.
That's right. Brexit. Man,
People
Matt,
need to read a book. I don't have enough crayons for everyone.
all right. Thanks,
you, guys.
Matt. I appreciate you. Matt, man, look, I hear you. Just it's not a topic that is an everyday discussion, and it's only when it comes up that we really talk about it. So, but I hear what you're saying. All those references too. I also encourage everyone. We don't have time to go into each one of them, but yeah, definitely. All right, let's go to the next caller. Caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Will in Lafayette. So yeah,
Will.
the best thing that came out of that press conference with Trump and Zelensky, a reporter asked Trump about getting rid of mail-in ballots. Trump answered, and he said that the smartest people in America right now are working on an executive order to get rid of all mail-in ballots across all 50 states.
You must have read our show notes today.
All right.
And then on top of that, so, and to kind of dovetail into the whole gerrymandering thing, okay, so California wants to add some seats. What's going to happen when we do the new census and we take a minimum of 20 million people off the census? Those seats are going to go away in most of these liberal states where not all, but the majority of these illegal aliens are residing. So it's really, he's hitting them from both flanks, and they don't know what to do. It's amazing.
I love it. I love this call. Hey, look, so true. So true. And man, to my friends on the left, seriously, we can find common ground. I mean, we can. We all agree more than we disagree. Us Americans, conservatives and liberals, we agree more than we disagree. Can we just please agree on this concept, novel concept? Only Americans should be counted. Only Americans should be counted.
But this guy agrees.
I know this gentleman agrees. Mr. Bobby, what you got, Mr. Bobby? You pressed the button.
Hey, Bobby, this is Josh.
All right, what's up, Josh?
Wait a minute, you Josh.
What's up, Mr. Bobby?
Hey, you remember Trump told Zink, you don't have any cards. You're not even in the poker game. But here's the deal. If you satellite up and you look at the Black Sea, now, if he gets a hold of Odessa, Putin, Black Sea, he can easily move some flat tops and some aircraft into the Mediterranean from the Black Sea.
And that's what you were talking about, Jamie, last week. Yeah, from a tactical standpoint, this is so that makes the land swap thing very sensitive on both sides, clearly.
Yeah, but didn't Zink say, I'm not swapping out that little fruitcake don't want to end that war.
Well, hey, he already suspended his elections. How convenient. How convenient. I don't know. I mean, we even had Iraq voting in the middle of insurgency. We had Afghanistan voting when we're fighting the Taliban. We can't do both here. We can't fight for democracy and preserve democracy at the same time. I thought we were fighting against the communists. I thought we were fighting against the KGB.
The Taliban ran the Russians out of Afghanistan with the help of, on your end, the special forces.
Yep. Remember that last?
So he couldn't even beat the damn Taliban with all his aircraft and everything he had.
It's true. Hey, do you remember that last Russian general walking across that bridge or whatnot? I always wonder what was in his mind. Like, am I going to see daylight again? Am I?
Yeah, that's exactly what he was thinking. But how about at that meeting in Alaska when the intimidating B-24 flew over and Putin looked right up at it and he said, "Boy, I wish I had a couple of those."
Yeah.
I'm out.
I love it. Thanks, Mr. Bobby. Is that Jerry?
Jerry.
All right, Jerry. What you got, Jerry? Bring the heat on this Monday, my man.
Hey, Sue, I am a Republican.
Me too.
And I identify as a they, them, and I should have 7 votes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is they or them.
Yeah.
And why are you limiting him to 7? Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I get all of my personalities need to get a vote, right?
That's a great point. So Bruce Jenner has a vote, and Caitlyn, is it Jenner? Caitlyn
yes.
Jenner. She gets a so and he's a Republican. So there you go. We get 2 there in California. All right. Thank you so much, Jerry.
We have some chats. We've
Holla at
got, let's see. Let's go down to Tony Dasheries.
What up, Tony D?
She says, keep reminding the people, Jamie. She was talking about my rant earlier in the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Tony.
Miss Marilyn, who we love, she says, this is typical Rhino antics, trying to get the public to focus on past issues and deflect from what's really happening behind the scenes. For example, the $100 million budget, the public's inability to use Brown Park, etc. Thank y'all for continuing to speak the truth to the citizens of Lafayette.
Those 2 are from our first segment when we were talking about local stuff, false allegations, all the things. Thank y'all.
The third one, CJ from Youngsville, says, good afternoon, fellas. Don't let stupid ruin your day.
Well,
Kill Switch and Erath says Trump saying Zelensky better wear a suit, and he did, and Trump pointed that out.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. That is pretty priceless. First of all, the president's right, dang it. You're going to the leader of the free world, dressed accordingly.
Put your suit on.
Put your suit on, dang it.
And then Terry in Lafayette. What's your opinion on the 3 city golf courses that Lafayette runs? Been a few years that looked, but last time the Lafayette government lost $1 million running them. Do you think it should be ran by someone other than Lafayette government, and that money spent to help places that you talked about in the budget?
Well,
Sorry if I read that.
No, it's all good. Long story short, so those are definitely subsidized. There was a plan to put them where they were self-sustaining by, I think, what we have it, 2027, 2026, something like that. We didn't get reelected. But there's still a plan, and we gave them that during the transition. So I do hope I hope the local administration looks at that very, very, and it is common to the private sector running it, and the pros over there in the pro shop do act like a miniature quasi-government, quasi-private sector. It's, I guess you would call it a public-private partnership to a degree. But yeah, the city should not have to subsidize. Now there was a big win when we got those golf carts, and we had it on a plan that was costing the city $1 million a hit, guys. That was a lot, but we got it on a plan where it was like you worked on it more than I did.
Like basically,
I just told y'all to save money. You made it happen, not me.
Yeah, every so many years they replace them. It's on a replacement cycle.
So you're not all hit at once.
Right.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, man, the 3 golf. I'm not a golfer, and I didn't know much about golfing and how much the community loved it and
we go and play
recreate it. Man, I'll
just
go
for
putt. But those 3 golf courses, I know the folks running them work hard, and I wish there was more focus on getting them to be run like a private entity so they can be profitable for the folks, but also incentivizing these owners of the golf courses to run it like an entrepreneur. So I think there was a call for that, and there was a plan for that, and I hope we go back to it. I hope that answered the question as well. So, All right, guys, thank you for those chats. That was nice. I appreciate that. Always, the audience is what makes this show. We're just here having a conversation. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Let's actually talk about Louisiana redistricting. Have you ever heard of the Clio district? Did you hear of that?
Oh, boy, have
You've heard of that? I've heard of that, too. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the B&A Bear Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Phone lines are open, man. We had some great chats, great phone calls, man. Way to go. 232-1542, 844-766. Oh, it's almost there. Oh, up there. Look, you tricked me, Mr. Producer.
My bad.
844-766-6607. Also, guys, broadcasting live on rumble.com. I want you to go to Rumble. Get over there on Rumble. You can see us. You can chat us. I want to see some chats over there. Kill Switch, I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking to.
Disclaimer to the folks watching on Rumble. Y'all, just full clarity. We had a wonderful little Rumble video producer that was here.
Oh, yeah.
Since we started Rumble, and she has gone off to college, unfortunately, and now I'm doing it.
Well, you're doing good. No one would have known.
Well, if I forget to press a button, y'all don't be calling me like, you're not pressing
Mr. Bobby is. Staff Sergeant.
Renee's calling.
Oh, there we go. Renee, put him right. Make him right. Let's go, Renee. What you got?
I got plant obsolescence. I mean, it's in Chinese products. I mean, I don't know if it's our guys telling them to do it because they're both partners making great money, or the Chinese have a bad history not making steel correctly, no matter how many people they starve to death, and nobody buying it. I mean, you know, Red Ryder, BB guns. Recently, I bought one to shoot raccoons because they're attacking the dog food, and I tried it on a few birds, and it bounced off the birds, like it didn't kill the birds. Like I remember when Red Ryder was made in America, it killed birds. But I mean, what's the deal with that? A BB gun can't kill birds anymore.
That's she answer.
Check your
2 years.
Check your adjustments. Renee, you might just not have enough pressure going to it. You might want to just tighten up the
No, it's that
pressure.
You're only supposed to cock it one time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe make sure the cocking mechanism is tuned finally.
Renee's right. It's that Chinese-made product.
Go see my boy Caleb at the Rustic Renegade.
Yeah.
Tell him to fix your BB gun.
Yeah. Hey, Renee, when you do, call back and tell us what Caleb said. I want to see what he says.
Is that a smoking shop? I will go ahead.
No, it's a gun shop.
It's a gun shop, Rustic Renegade.
Rustic Renegade, off the thruway.
Yeah, go check it out. All right, Renee. Hey, man, look.
Renee's upset about his BB gun.
Man,
they don't make things like they used to, Renee. I'll agree with you on that.
Well,
get a pellet gun.
Hey. But Trump, with all this manufacturing effort,
making BB guns great again.
That's right.
Making the Red Ryder great again. You'll shoot your eye out with this one.
All right, I'm gonna start this conversation, and maybe we'll go into the second hour. Who knows? So there's an article making the rounds about Louisiana's Clio district, and it says that the Supreme Court fight over that map, could be. We already know all this. We covered this. Could reset redistricting nationwide by forcing the justices to choose between equal protection and the way Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act has been used to engineer race-driven districts. We've seen that. We've seen it. So, few little recent facts here. Remember Louisiana, we're Republican. The people are. The folks are overwhelmingly conservative. Overwhelmingly. We have a super majority in this state of the people. We, the people, are conservative.
And very trusting, apparently.
Yes, because we are getting taken advantage of. So
ramrodded.
Yeah. So those Republicans we sent, the supermajority Republicans House, supermajority Republican Senate, Republican conservative governor, we sent all those guys over to fight for conservative causes. That's what you do in elections. The majority sends their leaders or representatives to replicate their values when in office. What I like to call campaign conservatives, not actual conservatives. I want bring back the campaign conservatives. I want consistent conservatives, but bring back that campaign conservative. I want that person.
But y'all do what you say.
Yeah, just do what you say you are going to do. So, but Louisiana, Louisiana draws a second majority, well, they call majority black district. It's a majority minority district under court pressures. I give the legislature, they had a lot of new legislators at the time. I just don't understand why we, with the mandate from conservatives, why one of the first things we do when we get in office up there in Baton Rouge, January of 2025, this year, No, 24 last year, January 24 last year. You call a special session to draw a Democrat seat when you had great legal ground on appeal. The only panel judge decision you had was in favor of the people, and now we're using Louisiana tax dollars to pay, and you would think we're fighting for the conservative district. Oh no, we're using your tax dollars to pay lawyers, to pay filing fees, to defend a Democrat seat.
But don't say because they had some new legislative. No. Because drainage was an issue before you took office. You didn't wait until you took office to understand and fully learn what the issue was, did you?
No.
And neither should these legislators. They knew coming in that they were going to immediately go into a special session on redistricting. They were immediately going to go into a special session on insurance and gun reform, whatever. So they should have known better, and they should have done better. They should have done their homework, done some actual real research, because guess what, Josh? It's August 18th. My insurance still hasn't gone down. So
I did see some legislators posting on insurance going down. I hadn't seen it personally.
They must have special insurance.
Well, I'm just saying I've been seeing it. If that's the truth, great. I don't know. I haven't seen it personally.
Send it my way.
I haven't heard anybody personally. But if there's some good news out there, we'll take it. Yeah, look, we'll talk about this when we get back. How's that? Let's finish that up. All right, guys, stick around. Hour number 2, right around the corner. Jamie, I'm serious. Don't go anywhere. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your grateful host. And in studio with me still, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Ain't no place better to be, man.
Bing, bing, bing.
It's the place I want to be right now. We have so much fun, and it's a good show.
Yeah, man, we have fun. Peace.
Love our people.
Love our peeps, for sure, for sure.
What you want to talk about?
Let's continue talking about. Well, first, we're broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Beal and Abear, man, go check those guys out. I love them. Integrity, good guys and gals over there. Also, Rumble, I see you over there. I appreciate you guys. Rumble.com, you can see us live. Rumble, you can also, if I can get my words out, you know, when you do a talk radio show, you got to be able to talk.
Yeah. But look, if you don't want to go on Rumble, that's fine. You catch us on Facebook, The Josh Guillory Show. You catch us on YouTube, The Josh Guillory Show, and on X.
Hey.
Josh Guillory.
All right. Let's keep talking about districting, and specifically the Clio district, specifically Louisiana Republicans not only giving Democrats a seat in Washington, but defending it. Now, let me give a disclaimer. To the Attorney General, Liz Murrill, she's just doing her job. That's my take. The AG, she didn't write the laws. Okay, I don't know how she feels. But that's probably good. I don't know how she feels about the issue of the district or not. Just let her do her job. So all my criticism, it's really not, she'll probably take some arrows, and I don't know if those are warranted. I don't see any arrows she's taking that's warranted. She's just doing her job, in my opinion. And I like her, and I think she fights hard, and you know, the legislature and the executive branch is what brought this district on, and needlessly. So now, again, what's in the court, though, because of Calle versus whoever, it's all the way to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said we're kicking it to next session. Then the Supreme Court said, well, you know what? Let's debate this Section 2 part, this Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. So now the justices have to choose between an equal protection claim and the way that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act has been used. So equal protection being you can't discriminate based on race. You can't treat similarly situated people differently based on their race. And that's what's happening. So very interesting that our case plus the Texas case, maybe a few others. California's heading its way, I'm sure, to the courts. All these cases are going to figure this out for us. It's going to answer that question. Basically, are majority minority districts still a thing? Is it still required? Is strict scrutiny satisfied?
Well, I would say this, and I know some folks might have some bellyach in what I'm about to say, so just please hear me out. The whole point was to give African Americans a chance to serve, be elected, equal chance, right?
Disenfranchised individuals.
Right. We had the Obama administration for 2 years, meaning
2 terms.
Redistricting aside, folks in America made a choice. They decided that he was the person they wanted to be their president, and he was elected. Had nothing to do with districts, had nothing to do with gerrymandering. It's what the people wanted. So why we're continuing to force these districts to elect certain things instead of just allowing the people to vote on the person to best represent them is besides me.
Yeah, the only difference it's congressional plays right now, not presidential. But I hear what you're saying.
It shouldn't matter race. It shouldn't matter. It should be the best person.
But we agree. We agree. But how those look? It's not. We're saying race. It's about demographic. It's all identity politics. In this case, Democrat. Now, they didn't know this guy named Elbert Guillory was going to get almost 50% of the vote, or excuse me, was almost going to keep Cleo Fields under 50%, which would have forced a runoff. And there was only a few of us, Republican public folks, that were out there fighting for him. Clay Higgins was one. Yours truly, but I'm way down there, way down there. But you know, the Louisiana State GOP, several RPACs, they got on board. They did the right thing. But no other. Well, I mean, it's the same people that created the district.
Saying one thing is something, but acting like where was the money? Where was the support that the state GOP is supposed to provide to the candidates, GOP candidates? Where was the support?
I know. It wasn't there. We know that. So the case it squares up what's called a Gingell's framework, but also this thing that came out of jurisprudence in the 1990s called predominant factor rulings. That's really what the court's looking at. There was a 2023 case. It's called the Milligan decision. Basically, if you take that predominant factor, if race predominated, strict scrutiny will apply. Strict scrutiny, what does that mean? The government has to have a really, really, really important interest, a compelling interest. You got to do something about this. And there's no less restrictive ways to accomplish that. It's narrowly tailored. So that's the highest standard that a law will go under when a court determines whether or not it's constitutional. So that case means something. So the argument from the plaintiffs, which are regular folks, by the way, no association, no whatever elected official, nobody in their official capacity, like straight up regular Louisiana folks, petitioned the court, and their arguments is that the Clio lines are unconstitutional racial gerrymandering. Without a doubt, it's racially gerrymandered. That's not the question. That you can't argue against that. I mean, look at the checkerboard district. I mean, you can't argue that because it's by definition majority minority district. It is racially gerrymandered. So the court is finally going to answer that question head on. They've danced around it. People will argue with me and said they have ruled on it. I just disagree. Now they can. Point blank. So who knew? Our little district may actually be the one that fixes the whole problem. Yeah. So maybe they all had it planned. That's what it was. Baton Rouge, way to go, man. You saw this coming, little rascals.
That's what the article was alluding to. I think that's very much a stretch.
Get out of here.
All by design.
No, get out. I will tell you, it could be, though. Hey, Cleo can stay in there another 2 terms and be vetted, and now he's got a retirement.
Money bags. Come on, man. There was some brown frozen paper bags that were involved in this whole process. Give me a break.
We don't know that. Now, Louisiana leadership. Come on now. I got some advice for you now. Come on, just a little friendly advice.
Free advice.
Free. For free. Can we do what Texas is doing in other states? Can we just go ahead and proactively redraw the districts and not wait? Why are we waiting? No, but we're making a conscious decision to hold off further map changes so the case is not mooted before a ruling. That's our reasoning. Okay, that's where you went to with your article, with your assessment. Okay, under this theory that I guess everybody wins. Cleo, you get a district, but we know it's really unconstitutional. It'll give us an opportunity to challenge it based on gerrymandering. But it's interesting because the state is the one that's defending it. So I would argue if that's the case, all right, this is the lawyer. If that really is the plan, first of all, it's not the plan. Because if it really were the plan, then the 2 sides could enter into a consent judgment and be done with this. Now, the court would have to approve it, especially on a constitutional agreement, a ruling. But we are vigorously fighting this. There's a difference. So the state legislature could issue a resolution with thoughts for the AG. So like the intent of the legislature. Remember, the Attorney General is enforcing the law. She's done nothing, in my opinion, that warrants any criticism here. She's just doing her job. I've come to know her a little bit more than on the campaign. I mean, I see her around, stuff like that. And every time I talk to her, I find her to be a person, shoot you straight. Just wants to do her job. She's a good lawyer, good leader. Now, look, if you guys know elsewhere and you got some credible sources, bring it. But I do know there's enough sources out there to know exactly what went on. This was a backroom deal.
Yeah, we're also forgetting the part where, you help the governor win in the primary. So you don't have to, I'm saying.
Well, but Cleo?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the backroom deal was. Yeah. That is the backroom deal. You help me in the primary, let me win right out. I'll draw you a district, and here you go. And the reason why I said give those legislators a pass, they were new, they didn't know. The governor says he just do it. Anyway. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Bear Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Bill and Bear, your hometown attorneys. Give those guys a call. They'll take care of you. Let's see here. Christian Patriot DR over there in Rumble. Cold Cash Cleo. Come on now. My buddy. All right, you can join us on Run.
You want to rephrase that?
Everybody's my buddy.
My associate.
Everybody's my buddy. All right. Hey, you can follow us on Rumble as well. Go do that, or at least go look at us. Check us out, rumble.com, and you can be like that great folk and message us on the chat feature. All right. Let's go to some ballot talk.
Let's do it.
Man, it's gonna get your blood. Not blood boiling, but maybe something you haven't heard before. Let's talk about it. All right, this one comes from Hannah Demisi over there at ABC News. President Trump says that he is going to lead a movement to end mail-in voting and get rid of voting machines. Ooh. So, a lot of folks probably really happy over that. Now, he says he'll start with an executive order before the 2026 midterm. He's not playing. He argues that machines are expensive, inaccurate, and controversial, while paper ballots with watermarks are faster and they leave no doubt about who won or who lost. He also called on Republicans to get tough and stop these mail-in ballots. He said Democrats rely on them to win. You think? Especially 2020. I mean, I'm just saying, like, whoever thought that was, like, looking back, we have to look back at that election. You go argue rigged, not rigged, or votes that weren't counted or counted. I'm just saying something that we should all be able to agree on. Having an open box, basically a basket in the public where you just drop off your ballot boxes, willy-nilly rando, like that is not secure.
No. And I'm all about states' rights, but I do think that in at least federal elections, we should have a standard system. A standard system that is highly controlled, highly regulated, highly monitored.
Yeah. Trump has some thoughts on that. I'll cover it. So a few little facts here. You can go to Truth Social and see exactly what he posted. He posted on that media platform that states are, and to your point, that states are agents of the federal government when it comes to counting votes, and they must follow federal direction for the good of the country. This is the first time I ever heard it worded like that. So if we stop just with that state, this is a theory, this is Trump's position, that states are agents of the federal government. If we stopped right there, obviously not. They're sovereign entities. We're a republic. But if you stopped right there, no. But look what it says. When it comes to counting votes, and I agree with that. Now, I'm not saying that this executive order will pass constitutional muster. We don't know that yet. I don't recall a president ever issuing an executive order. I don't in this regard, and I don't ever recall there being a need for this level of attention to be able or to be implemented and exhausted on this very commonsensical issue. I don't understand it. We the people get it. We the folks get it. We got it. We need them to get it. So Trump told reporters that the executive order is being written now by the best lawyers in the country. Hey.
Only the smartest.
I agree. This move runs counter to the RNC strategy in 2024, when Republicans encouraged mail-in and early voting to increase turnout. Now, that's what this article points out. And that's really the biggest, I guess, argument that Democrats could say, but they were just trying to that's the battlefield. So yeah, the battlefield allows, that's the voting system. Of course, they were encouraging mail-in and early votes. You got to fight fire with fire. Where's the Democrat stronghold? Early votes and mail-in ballots. I wonder why. I wonder why that's their stronghold. Jeez. Democrats and the media claim mail-in fraud is rare and points to safeguards like barcodes and signatures. Come on, man. Trump even brought this up with Vladimir Putin last week in Alaska and said Putin agreed. Mail-in voting means you can't have an honest election. Well, doggone it. If even Vladimir Putin can figure that out. Vladimir, can you imagine?
Vlad, President Putin, my buddy Vlad.
He said he agreed, said he can't believe it. Never had that problem in Russia.
Unbelievable.
All right, so a little analysis here. I'd say President Trump is doing what Washington politicians hate. Okay? That's the bottom line. He's cutting through the noise. He's calling out a broken system that they all were part of. For years, mail-in ballots have been used as a weapon to blur the line between election day and election season. Voter confidence has collapsed. And you could think ballot harvesting, missing ballots that show up weeks later, and even some judge-written rules, rewriting rules from the bench. None of that is democracy. That is chaos, and it's not organized chaos. The media will scream, the lawyers will sue, we know that. The left will call this anti-democracy. Fascists, see, this is what they do. No, fascists actually have the media as their mouthpiece, and that's what rhinos do and left-leaning politicians do and Democrat politicians do. So no, fascism is when you have a state-run media. We have that here in Lafayette. We have that here in Washington. I know it goes on other metropolitan areas. I know it does.
And the metropolitan areas, too.
Those two.
Dagnabbit.
Anti-democracy, though. Oh, yeah. But the truth is simple. When people walk into a polling place, show an ID, mark a secure paper ballot, and see it counted that night, they trust the result. Like, here it is. Here it is. The system works when it's transparent. It fails when it's hidden behind things, maybe machines, maybe something that no one understands, like all this technology. I don't know, but I know this pretty common sense, straightforward plan. We'll talk more about it when we get back. Stick around. show. We're broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Beal and Abear, your hometown lawyers. Give those guys a call. Love those guys. Kenny, Lance, all those folks. Good folks. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Go check us out at Rumble. Like Rumble in the Jungle. Rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. Give us a buzz. Mm-hmm. And the phone lines are wide open. My favorite part of the whole show. 232-1542. Also 844-766-6607. You can chat us as well on the chat features at Rumble. Let's see here. Let's go to Renee on the phone lines. Renee, what you got?
I got two things to say about what you just talked about. You know, first of all, the left say these machines work because they know it works. It works good. They got mules and they got cheating. Second of all, Vladimir Putin's going to agree because his KGB trained him to do what the left's doing over here. That's what the KGB did. Yes, he will agree with Trump because he knows that's what happens. Third of all, we the people back then never had to deal with anything. They had no idea what Karl Marx was, communism, and how many countries, like almost half the world, got ran over and attacked and took over by communism, and even had to get rid of it afterwards.
Hey, look, there's a lot. All right. So, yeah, I mean, here's the thing about these elections. Here's the things about the elections. The left doesn't want a secure election. They want a managed election. That's different, clearly. And they've built their strategy around exploiting loopholes. Remember, they have the media straight up, and it is not immune to local. So wherever you're watching, it is not immune to where you're at. President Trump is saying enough. In the doggone loopholes, in the games, in the doubt. We shouldn't have doubt in our elections. I mean, hey, is his solution the answer? We don't know. But we definitely can agree with this, I would imagine. Paper ballots, mail-in ballots, everybody get $100 in cash, but only $1 bills. And mail it to somebody in New York. I want 100 people to do that. What's your confidence level that 100 envelopes of 100 $1 bills makes it all the way to the person? What's your confidence? Mine's not high.
You know, when Nielsen sends out their little books for the ratings, they have like 3 crisp $1 bills in them.
Well.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's to encourage people to fill out the ratings books.
Yeah, get your dollar. That's nice.
Yeah.
But they don't, but really though, I want, that's the key though. They don't care about fair. They don't care about all that. They want to manage. They don't care about secure. Like
power. I got the power.
Now, this fight's not going to be easy. Courts are probably going to try to block it. But politically, Trump just threw down the gauntlet. He's telling Republicans, basically. That message was not to Democrats. That message was to his own party. No more excuses. And he's right. You got the House, you have the Senate, you have the presidency. Every day that goes by is a day closer to that being in jeopardy. Look, historically, the president loses the midterm elections in this term. Historically. Now, we don't know. I mean, the Democrat Party has no identity right now and no clear leader. However, it's only August 2025. Now, if you're serious about election integrity, my fellow Republicans, go work with them. Even if you don't stand with them all the way on this, I bet y'all are pretty close. But if you waffle on this and we get nothing accomplished, because his idea would work. His idea is better than what we have now. I'm all in. If that's my options, Trump's options way better. But my Republicans, and on the Hill, if you waffle, you're standing with Democrats who need mail-ins to survive. The only thing that the Democrat Party has right now are these types of mechanisms to get votes. That's it. They're not winning on ideals. They're not winning on philosophy. They're not winning on results for sure. They're the crack dealers. They're the slave holders. They keep the slaves down. Can't educate the slaves too much. Can't give them too much. Can't give that crack dealer, just give them enough to get hooked. And bring me back some more peeps while you're at it. But all this matters, and that's why this matters. Man, Trump, he ain't looking to just, start new policies or another policy fight. I don't think he woke up and said, let me go fight just to fight. But he knows all about elections. He knows about, look, at minimum, he had a feeling,
What's so bad about wanting to have secure elections? I just can't for the life of me wrap my head around anyone who would be opposed to improving our system.
Agreed.
And if you are opposed to improving the system, then you are the problem.
Right, exactly.
You are the absolute problem, because why else would we want to keep the system the way it is? To manipulate it.
Exactly.
I mean, why else?
That's it. Well, exactly. The people we're talking to, the people we're fighting against don't care. They know how to win elections. The left, Democrats, rhinos, they know how to win elections. They have the media as their mouthpiece. All they have to do is get the headline. They don't have to. No one reads past it anyway, and they know that. So the head, you see what I'm saying? You
know what their big problem is right now is that they know that the gig is up. They know that what they've been doing all these years, the curtain has been pulled back, and everyone can see it. So, you want to tell me that California, as big as it is like 90% Democrat?
Yeah.
They only have, 7 Republican congressional seats out of millions? No, I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe
that is a
half of
lie.
these Democrat states that, come out and say, because we've been seeing it. We've been seeing Latino Americans who have in droves been flocking to the conservatism.
Yeah.
We've seen Black Americans doing the same thing, because it's not about all this crap anymore.
No.
It's about money in our pockets. And the only political group that wants to put money in everyone's pockets is the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Dems just want to put money in the pockets of the elites and keep everyone else dependent.
That's right.
Because it's power.
Nobody's going to starve, though. Nobody's starve. You're not going to advance. You advance in class systems, the classes. You know what I mean?
We'll give you enough free stuff.
Yeah, you don't have
to get you
don't have to
hooked.
worry about anything.
Welfare is a drug. Period.
It can be.
Once you get on it, it's real hard to get off.
I think for the people that are able, mind, and body, there's absolutely truth. Absolutely.
If they have the want.
Yeah. Well, no. I think it's a drug, like you said, to the folks that are able, mind, and body that are taking advantage of the system. Guys, 40% of Louisiana is on Medicaid. What do you think about that? You telling me 2 out of 3. So I can walk. Wow. Wait, am I right there? 4, 6, 2/3. Yeah. I don't know if I did that right.
Yeah. Either way, the
I
point
didn't.
you're
2/10,
making.
1/5.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2/5. Woo, 2/5.
Hey, T-Don.
2/5. They don't teach law school in math. They don't teach math in law school.
They don't teach law school in math. T-Don says, got some sideways Forrest Gump rain in Jennings right now.
Ooh.
High winds, lightning, and heavy rain. There's a severe storm warning right now. So if you're on I-10 going through Acadia, Jeff Davis, please be careful. And Scott from Plaison said, improving the system. Pshaw, pshaw. Please.
Hey, you ain't kidding. I just, I'm with you, man. We know, I'm just telling you, I bet you most Democrats that you talk to, I'm talking about the regular folks, would agree. Yes, a paper ballot with secure systems in place, watermark, people of both parties watching, a commissioner overseeing it, multiple layers of checks and balances, no doubt way when you recount things, that kind of stuff. Hard to argue against that. I mean, it can't be. And even if the argument is, and here's the deal, bud, watch this. A lot of people argue, it'll take months, it'll take weeks, it'll take days to certify an election. Hello,
we saw it in Iraq.
Yeah.
They're putting them in boxes, and they had results the next day.
And stained their finger. That's how they knew if they voted. Come on.
Jack.
We don't want to fix it. We the people do, and we the people understand security, Democrat or Republican, but for whatever reason, the powers that be don't want to do anything about it. Why is it that it is this president that has to issue executive orders Thankfully, we have a Congress that's a Republican. They're not doing. Oh, I don't want to. What I'm saying is, if I will say this, I'm not going to say not do anything. What I will say is this. Okay, when Congress is silent, when a president issues an executive order on a novel legal terms, never been litigated, their silence could become acquiescent. Essence, they could agree that way. They're not deliberating on it. They're not even talking about it. They're not even in committee on it. So that inherent authority that the president has exists. That's a theory, okay? Now, folks like me that are nerds, I want them to issue legislation that codifies what this president's doing so that we have common sense measures into the next administration.
Hey, Jack said something great. Socialists want selections, capitalists want elections.
Ooh. Ding, ding, ding,
Love
ding, it. Very good. Very good. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Beal and Bear studios right here in Acadiana. Beal and Bear, your hometown attorneys. Give those guys a call if you got any questions on the law. Yeah, the producer got me. Thanks, Jamie.
You snooze, you lose, bro.
You got me. I didn't have my headsets on. All right. You'd see that on Rumble. You see all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Go to rumble.com and give us a little follow. All right, we're going to go back to the phone lines here in just a little bit. I got to tell you this story, though. So, MSNBC, that's the show that you frequent, that channel, right?
Right, yeah, because,
when you got to clean out your sinuses.
Because Rachel Maddow is what I want to see before I go to bed at night.
Oh, hey. All right. So, MSNBC is changing its name to MS Now. I'm just saying some MS Now. And now that stands for My Source News Opinion World. Okay.
Well,
at least they put opinion in there. I'll give them that. At least they put opinion in there.
At least.
So they're spinning off from NBC Universal and dropping the Peacock logo. That was a big deal. That was a point of contention, by the way.
Smartest thing NBC ever did was
probably
load them off.
Man. And they ended up setting up under a new parent company called Versant. So here's the facts. Comcast is spinning off MSNBC, CNBC, USA Network, Oxygen, Sci-Fi, and Golf Channel into a new company called Versant. So MS Now will be the new name with a fresh logo, a big marketing push, and a promise, they say, that nothing in their editorial direction will change.
Of course not. It's funny, though, their logo, red, white, and blue.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, of the French. They're a French publication. Socialists, go. They probably love Macron.
Oui.
No, so meanwhile, though, NBC is keeping the broadcast network, NBC News, NBC Sports, Bravo, and the streaming platform Peacock. CNBC will also lose the Peacock. Oh, but it'll keep its original acronym.
And there's precedent for this. ABC did the same thing with, so that they are both owned by Disney. Fox owns ABC. I mean, Disney owns ABC and Fox. Mm-hmm. When they bought Fox.
They own Fox?
Fox Network. The actual,
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The news part, they kind of portioned off of that. But they do some bleed over. They do some.
Is that why Mickey Mouse stopped doing the weather?
Mickey Mouse was doing the weather? What are you talking about?
I'm just joking. So, all right, let's talk about what all this really means, though, man. I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with rebranding. This is readmitting what we've always known. MSNBC was never news. It was always opinion. The O in their new name doesn't stand for objective. It's far from it. It stands for opinion. Now they're saying it out loud, and I will give them credit for that. At least you're telling the folks this is not news.
How much you want to bet they saw that whole Comcast debacle with, I'm not Comcast, Paramount with Colbert and all that, and they were like, we better cut these mofos loose.
NBC,
before we get in trouble.
Their shareholders are like, listen, I'm done with all that. All right, you've had your experiments, okay? Now you're getting crazy. We were okay with being different. We were okay with giving opposing views, but now you're just getting a little crazy.
They weren't giving opposing views. They were creating, false realities.
Yeah. But that's what they do. Mistruths. That's what the local media does. Not just here, but probably a lot of places. That just doesn't go unchecked because you just don't know. You just don't know. People are busy and they assume people have integrity when they write something. How disappointed we are. I am. That was something. So, but yeah, at least they're saying, yeah, we're an opinion factory. We are not an objective news organization. Now, this is the left's media ecosystem. It's corporate, it's slick, it's woke, and it's failing. They're dropping the Peacock because they can't pretend anymore to be part of the same news heritage as NBC. That logo meant credibility, whether you agreed with NBC or not. MSNBC never earned it. And now the suits at Comcast are saying, fine, you want to be opinion-driven cable talk, go right ahead. But do it under your own flag. That was a good decision. All right, guys, what a great show. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We love it. Be careful out there. Be really, really careful.